Hello and welcome everyone. It's Tuesday evening and it's time for some amazing FIFA action as you are watching the eISL powered by Coca-Cola. Before we have the event started, a huge shout out to our sponsors, starting off with our associate sponsors, Hero, our esports partners, Not Been Gaming, our platform partners, PlayStation, and our digital collectibles partners, Terra Virtua, for making this event happen. And like always, joining along with me is Azim and what are your thoughts about the bottom tier battle today that we're having?
Well, it's a do or die situation for a lot of teams
Yeah.
today, and we're going to be seeing a couple of those in action. But quickly, let's take you through the tournament format. If you're just joining in, this is of course the league stage, and it's going to get super entertaining, regardless of who's playing. It all culminates on the 13th of March. 3 games to match. That's 2 1v1s and 1 co-op. And of course, the top 4 teams make it up into the finals played between the 19th and the 21st of March. And of course, the two winning team members finally battle it out to represent India at FGS 2022.
Yeah, I mean, this is what is all on the line, right? The golden ticket. And along with that comes a huge chunk of the prize pool that the winner is going to receive and head over to represent India at the global stage. And there you have it. Taking a look at it, it's whooping 78 lakh rupees on the line, out of which the first position gets 15 lakh rupees, the second gets 7.5, and so on. It reduces, and the MVP has a separate 4 lakh rupees and a personalized NFT of the player by Terra Virtua.
Yeah, and well, we did see from Odisha FC, we thought that Shubham from Odisha FC, who was of course in action today, would have been an early contender for that MVP spot. Went the first 9 or 10 games completely undefeated. But then suddenly it also seemed to fall away and never quite got back on track. But well, it's going to be an interesting set of matches today. Regardless, let's go. If we can head over to the leaderboard right now, we'll see what's at stake. Kerala Blasters FC are going up against Odisha FC. It is 8th versus 10th, but for Kerala Blasters FC, I mean, this is it. Every match is an absolute final for them. And if they can win all their games and get a little bit of luck along the way with the results for those top 7 teams, who knows, they could still find themselves just about sneaking into that top 4, because Jamshedpur FC dropped points yesterday, Northeast United FC dropped points yesterday. So plenty of opportunities for them to capitalize, and it all needs to start well from today.
Yeah, it all needs to. There's no turning back for Kerala Blasters FC from over here. They have to win every single matchup without any fail, right? If there's even a draw coming out, then things get really dicey. But now let's take a look at the matchup that we have. Who is going up against who as we take a look at this? So Lokmanya again is going to be starting off early on against Duggal, which is quite contrary to the last time these two big teams went against each other. Of course, it was Akshat going up against Duggal, and Akshat managed to win that one out. And for Lokmanya and Shubham, it sort of ended in a goalless draw. So that's the intensity that it is over here. Odisha FC, somewhere down the line, they did struggle initially. In between, we found them catching their groove, but it all went to vain, as I don't think they have a really good chance at qualifying anymore. But at the same time, this is all the good reason why they might be playing their hearts out.
Yeah, I mean, you can expect them to play with a lot more freedom, not that much pressure on the line. Yes, it is mathematically maybe possible for them to reach the top 4, but I mean, they would require some kind of major miracle for that to actually happen.
Yeah.
So I think Odisha FC, and we have spoken to Shubham many times, and he said that he's not really played with the kind of freedom that he usually would play playing under pressure.
Right.
I think the shackles are off now. He can play with complete freedom. He can really show off his game. He's going to be playing up against Akshat, who's found a little bit of form as well. And Lokmanya against Duggal, I'm expecting a good game there as well. I think Lokmanya will be, it's going to be biting him. The fact that Kerala Blasters FC is sitting there in 8th place, that's not what he would have envisioned at the start of the tournament. He would have been wanted to be up there, being one of the senior most players in this tournament. And if we look at the head-to-heads, roughly fairly similar, of course, 5-point difference, which is absolutely huge at this point. So Odisha FC, if they win, I mean, they can spoil the party for Kerala Blasters FC for sure. And I'm sure a few teams above them, Jamshedpur FC, FC Goa, all those guys will be breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief if Odisha FC can get any kind of result today, even a draw. And as you mentioned, the last time out, Akshat getting the win against Duggal, and Lokmanu grinding out that nil-nil draw against Shubham. This was, I think, at the peak of Shubham's unbeaten run. And then, of course, the draw in the co-op game. So actually pretty close. Only one goal the difference between these two teams the last time they met. So should be interesting. And I expect we'll see more goals this time around as well.
Oh yeah, I'm even getting excited. At least for Shubham and Akshat going up against each other, every single time Akshat has been coming into the play ground, and he's been doing so well, right? Every single time he's delivered. But I really would want to see how Kerala Blasters FC can fight this one out, right? And we just had this same discussion, Azim, a couple of minutes ago, where they have still have one of their matches against the table toppers, that is SC Bengal, and they surely cannot afford to lose that. And at the same time, Lokmanu and Akshat would be hoping that all the matches that they play, and their opponents also end up in a draw, right? So
Yeah.
if that happens, then there's a slight chance that Lokmanu can get in. Even I was on a call with him yesterday. All he had to say is that we have stopped doing the mathematics. We do not want to have that increased pressure on us. We're just gonna give our all in, and that's how it's gonna work out.
Yeah, and clearly looks like Dougal has been practicing quite a lot, getting his skill ranking up to 2100. Lokmani, of course, one of the highest ranked players in the tournament, 2260. And if we look at the stats, fairly similar. They've had fairly similar tournaments in that sense in terms of number of goals scored. I think Dougal did struggle a little bit more in terms of the amount of goals he's let in. Lokmani, of course, very, very complete player, very calm, composed player. But even the best of players and players like him as well have felt the pressure in this tournament. He's gone into games where we thought, this is a foregone conclusion. Of course, Lokmani is going to win, and suddenly he's been held to a draw. Suddenly he's lost that match. And I really do think that early season when Lokmani was sort of carrying the team, but Akshat was not quite into the zone just yet. Those early few results and a little bit of bad luck for Akshat has cost them, because if they had maybe even one more win to their name right now, I think they would be really firmly in that battle for the top four. Right now, they're just on the fringes of it.
Yeah, I think earlier in the midst of it, both these teams I think have had a similar storyline. It's just that Odisha FC had a hiccup from right of the very early start, where Duggal was not able to find his flow. And eventually, after the commencement of 2022, we saw Duggal playing on a whole different level. And then we could see Shubham really showcasing his true skills. But then came the patch update, and that is where Odisha FC had a lot of complaints to make, which was again countered by a lot of other teams saying that that you've got to deal with it. That's the harsh reality. It's the same thing with everyone, and maybe they just took a little longer to adapt than the others.
Yeah, absolutely. And interesting to see Shubham wearing a cap indoors. I think once you stay in Delhi long enough, you pick up a few habits. But no, just kidding. All jokes aside, looking quite focused over there is Duggal getting his team in order. So Lokmanu has some music playing clearly in his ears, or maybe he's listening to us on the stream. Who knows? Uh, well, we'll never find out, I suppose. I think we should just about be ready to kick off now.
Yeah.
And yeah, there you go. You see a confirmation across the table. The thumbs up has been given. And yeah, you can see the difference in dynamic across the teams. It's very laid back, very chilled out at Odisha FC. They know they're not really playing for too much. Of course, they can spoil the party for Kerala Blasters FC, but there is that intensity, the seriousness from Lokmanu. You can see he has that sort of rugged look going on again. He was clean shaven for a little while in the middle, but now the stressed, bearded look of Lokmanu is back again, and he'll be hoping to get the result and try to finish this game off within the first two games itself.
Yeah, and it's not going to be easy against Duggal, right? Because he's so difficult to predict as how he's going to play on. Some days he just comes off very lousy, and some days he just can't stop scoring goals. So Lokmanu has to first understand which version of Duggal is it today. So and even for Lokmanu, right, he's been having his own problems dealing with multiple versions of the game, and the tournaments outside, insides, and has been a problematic situation with him as well. So there you have it. The first game kicking off. We do have Odisha FC from left to right and Kerala Blasters FC in their yellow from right to left. And it's a lot on the line for Kerala Blasters FC. They have to win by any margin somehow. And right from the early start, well, Tugal has no intention of giving the possession away.
Yeah, well, and as you mentioned it, he has immediately, promptly given it away, just as the possession of Coventry was given away. Let's see what the lineups look like. It does look like there is a Rudiger at the back for Kerala Blasters FC and Rafael Varane at the back for Odisha FC. So obviously going with slightly different compositions. I think Ruud Gullit in midfield has remained that mainstay, irrespective of whatever new patches, new cards. I think Hullet has been there in all of those teams from day one. I don't think anybody can displace him at all. So going to be interesting to see how that works, and let's see now what Odisha FC are able to build.
Yeah, even I'm rather keen to see. We do have Varane coming up quite a lot these days instead of Maldini, I believe. Hollett has almost been the consistent, right? He's one of those players who has not been changed, and so has Ronaldo's. As we've got CR7 this time trying to get in through Lokmanu's box, passing it on towards Pele, and somewhere down the line he's got to take a shot. But we do know, Lokmanu is one of those players who goes a lot for the Mendy as the goalkeeper, and that was not really the kind of pass or a shot that he wanted to take, but did not have a lot of options.
Yeah, he was looking for that cutback, but just could not quite find it. And we do see Lokmani as one of those players as well who's been using Bellingham. We saw Imad using him to pretty good effect yesterday. And now it's about whether Lokmanu can try to build. He's not been really given a lot of possession, and that of course is a big part of his game. Lokmanu is the guy who likes to control the game by keeping hold of that ball as much as he possibly can. And if you would like to keep hold of your own animated team mascot, you can get it for free. It's worth 19.99, but you can get it for free on terravirtua.io/ISL. But getting back into the game, of course, very cagey opening 18-20 minutes. Just that one sort of half chance for Dugal to take. Lukmani's barely had the ball, and I'm sure that's part of the strategy for Odisha FC. Was saying that I think it may even have been suggested by Shubham, saying that, all these guys, they don't give me the ball, they don't let me have possession, so let's give them a taste of their own medicine for once. But now Lokmanu able to build, trying to get in that box, lovely little sequence of turns over there to get away from his man. A very good opportunity for a cutback over there. Makes the cutback, but Varane in place over there. Defense positioned well by Duggal. And the sparring continues, but still nothing to overly concern those goalkeepers.
Yeah, I think this is going to go on for a while up until someone is going to find a break. He's taking a run for it with Ronaldo Nazario, but not enough for Tugal as Mendy has no issues in taking it in his grasp. Well, for some moments, possession had been stolen, and yes, it has indeed this time around as well. Mbappe giving it on towards CR7. We've got to see if Odisha FC could have found a break, and that's not happening. So there's some distinct styles of FIFA that we're witnessing. At some point or the other, someone is gonna go for those lob passes, and if Tuchel can win the ball over there, what's wrong with the players? It's not on every day that they kind of tend to not have this sort of a bad touch.
Yeah, I think just a little lapse in concentration. I think both of them had a little bit of a laugh about it. But now he might not be laughing if Pele gets the shot away. But Hakimi in there to get it away. Lokmanu comes out with the ball. And 30 minutes played. Again, very cagey. And this is a big opportunity now. Now Lokmanu gets in with Ronaldo Nazario. Will take that shot. But the flying legs of Van der Sar are there as always to deny Lokmanu. Big opportunity there. I wondered if he maybe took that shot a little too late, or maybe could have even made a pass.
Yeah, even I was thinking if a through pass would have been made, then we could see the other player also charging in. Could have been a goal, but then again, it comes down to that same debate. Either you pass or you go and take the shot. So he did the former, didn't work out, but this could be a good chance at goal, and indeed it is for Tuchel. Odisha FC again find a break, and this is the first goal, and not a really good news for Lokmanu and Kerala Blasters FC.
Yeah, Lokmanya is going to have to do this the hard way now if he wants to drag Kerala Blasters IFC up that table. A bit exposed on defense over there. You have to say very, very well worked by Duggal. Really picked apart that defense and worked that perfectly. Got the right ball in over there. And of course, now backs to the wall for Lokmanya. He needs to get his head back into the game. He needs to try and keep possession and make the most of what possession he is afforded by Duggal, because we've seen it's been a pattern of the game that Duggal's just trying to keep that ball away from Lokmanya as much as he possibly can, because if he doesn't have the ball, he can't score. That's basically how football works. And now trying to get in, he does have the ball here. Let's see if Lokmanya can get something going before the half-time whistle. He has the opportunity with Pele, but just one touch too many, delayed the shot a little bit. And again, Duggal will just almost give that ball back, but no harm done. And if he'll be thinking to himself before halftime, if I can grab a second goal, that puts us nicely in control of this tie. And let's see what kind of ambition he shows. If he's willing to try and go for that goal, maybe he'll run down the clock just a little bit to maybe 43 44 minutes, but that's the risk you run when trying to hold on to the ball for too long. Gets a bit fortunate over there with the first touch from Pele, not particularly great from Lokmanya. And now again, it's the opportunity to go for that second goal. And with 44 minutes on the clock, he can go for it. Passe roulé with Ronaldo into the top corner. And this could be a huge upset, a huge hammer blow for Kerala Blasters FC's chances of making that top four. It is 2-0 for Odisha FC, and you have to say that Duggal has played this to perfection.
Oh yes, this particular goal. Look at the master ruler. No, Lokmanya had no answers at all. And just before the halftime, you were mentioning about that, Azim. So much pressure now on Kerala Blasters FC. It's like it's eating them up, gulping them into a void. And I do not know how is Lokmanya going to get a comeback into this, because, well, let's be honest, he's been showing promising signs, right? The only issue that we've been feeling is in the final third, when he goes down for the shot, sometimes a little too late, sometimes a little too early, sometimes the ball control is just not there. So there are few things that are coming into factor over in that particular situation. So clearly, Duggal is capitalizing, and this is what we were talking about, right? They've got nothing to lose. They are untamed beasts unleashed, right, in the jungle, and that is exactly what the boys from Odisha FC are doing.
Yeah, and clearly whatever tips Shubham has been given have been working. And of course, we did see that second goal for me was definitely a contender for our Terra Virtua super moment of the match. Brilliantly worked goal, and great time to score the goal as well. Really makes Lokmanya have to rethink what he's doing in that second half. And let's see now. I think Lokmanya is going to have to go a little bit more attacking. Will he go immediately from the start of the half? Will he get those fullbacks involved right away? Remains to be seen. For now, it does look like it's just the one fullback getting involved in Cancelo. Gets the ball to Ronaldo, can't quite squeeze that through to Pele, and it just seems that Lokmanya is being a little indecisive in the box over here. He's not quite able to make that right decision, find that the timing on the pass or the shot quite the way he would normally want to. And maybe it's a factor of Duggal being very organized on defense. Maybe it's just the occasion and the sense of the nerves getting to him. But he does get in behind on that right flank now with Mbappe. It's all about whether he can beat the man one-on-one and create the space over here. Gets the ball to Pele, and again, Duggal's defense right on top, not able to do it. You can see Lokmanya desperate to win that ball back high up the pitch. Can't quite do it. And now Duggal, I mean, if it follows the same pattern, we could be looking at Duggal getting a third here.
Oh yeah, I think Duggal has gotten in form, and this is again one of those deadly Duggal days. As that just went out for an offside, and that could have been it. That could have been the final nail in the coffin had that gone in. But again, by the 60th minute mark, we would expect Kerala Blasters FC to try and score at least one to have a chance at a comeback, and Lokmanya is trying to do exactly that. He's trying to find that perfect pass and has passed it on towards Ronaldo, goes in for a chip shot, but Kante making sure it doesn't go anywhere else. But again, Lokmanya somehow maintaining possession with Pele. He's got to take that shot, and will it go in? Yes, it does. And not really, overthinking himself in that situation. And looking at that, Kerala Blasters FC, this could be the beckoning of a comeback.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not quite sure why Duggal went for the manual keeper movement so early. Look at that. He just left the entire near post open for Lokmanu. I think he could have tried to cover that near post and force Lokmanu to go to the far post. Generally, the odds of the keeper saving it are better in that situation. But well, in the heat of the moment, just getting a little frazzled over there was Duggal, and now it is 2-1. The comeback could well be on, but Duggal could be. I mean, he could land his own counter punch as well right now. If he can get a goal somehow against the run of play, that would really, really shake things up for Lokmanu once again. But now, on that counter attack, he'll be looking to get that ball in behind, decides against it because, of course, Pele never going to win a ball in the air against the likes of Varane and Marquinhos. Getting forward now with Hullet, has the opportunity for that cutback, finds Ronaldo, now finds Pele, and again couldn't quite get that away. And Duggal now has to use every opportunity on that counter attack, either to just hold up the ball and waste a little bit of time, or maybe if he shows the ambition to go for the third goal himself.
Oh yeah, and at this particular moment, right? If you take a look at how Duggal has been playing, he's been relying heavily on those counter attacks, and that has worked out for him. And this could be a promising chance with Ronaldo. He was trying to get in. Is that a penalty?
More jeopardy in this tie. I'm not sure. That looked like a bit of a sketchy penalty, if you ask me. What happened there? Okay, yeah, I think that was just about a penalty over there. And now, big pressure moment over here. All the mind games being applied by Lokmanu. Let's see. He's already moved the keeper to the left once. What's he going to do? We don't know which side it's going to go. And the Panenka into the top corner. The confidence to be able to pull that off. Oh my goodness, Duggal, take a bow.
Oh. And this is what pressure does you, right? Eventually he thought that he's going to go towards the right of the goalkeeper. He'd been making those moves just to daze Duggal, but Duggal not being phased at all. And there you have it. Odisha FC getting one more in, and Kerala Blasters FC right back to where they were early on. And this is so dementing for Lokmanu, because if he loses this fixture, it's so much added pressure on Akshat, because he's got to win that one and they've got to win the co-op as well. And it's not going to be an easy task against a player like Shubham, the Viper, we must say, in the eISL this time.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of hard work. I think Lokmanu just taking a little bit of a breather right now, looking at his tactics. It's going to be absolute all-out attack from him. Well, expect some fireworks. I think that the attack has been okay from Lokmanu. It's just the final ball, that final bit of possession has not quite been happening for him. And now he has 20 in-game minutes to try to find at least 2 goals. It's going to be, I mean, if there is a player in the eISL who is capable of doing it, it is Lokmanu. He's the guy who's been there, done that. Feels like Shubham is almost doing boxing lessons over there with Duggal, just moving from side to side, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, and that's exactly what's happened to Lokmanu. He has been stung.
Yeah, he has been stung, and it's going to be a really tough time to recover from that, because just yesterday there was a slight glimmer of hope, right, for Kerala Blasters FC to come back into the ISL with all these draws happening. And there's no chance on earth that Lokmanu here can settle with a draw, right? He's got to make sure he wins all his games, and with just 20 minutes of in-game FIFA time remaining, it's such a daunting task.
Yeah, let's see. The substitutions have been made. Lokmanu going back to a few of his old favorites and maybe a few new ones. He's got Messi up in there. He's got Neymar there. He's got Cruyff in there. So brand new attacking lineup for Lokmanu, but the same old problems. Not quite able to find that pass. And now Duggal on the counter attack. Yes, he has the opportunity. It is Vinny Jr. who is in over here, and Ronaldo trying to bulldoze his way through, but no way past the defense of Lokmanu over there. And you can see, looks like a narrow 4-3-3 kind of formation, or maybe a 4-1-2-1-2 formation with the fullbacks also getting involved. Cruyff in there, of course, gives you that 5-star skill and potentially the 5-star weaker foot as well, but not working at all. Desperately pushing to get that ball back, win it back in midfield. And now, if he can get the opportunity over here, and he does have the opportunity, and he fires it in on the volley, it's not over yet. Lokmanu could be on the verge of pulling off one of the all-time great eISL comebacks.
Oh, he definitely has to, and what a class goal there over there. You had that volley coming in with Cruyff, took that shot, and no mercy shown But the question still remains, Azim, is it just a little too late? Because he needs to get the possession back instantly. And at a certain point, at that after that 85 minutes marker hitting, that's when Dugal would start hogging on the ball. And no, in fact, he's heading for a counter attack of his own and could be a potential good goal. Maybe thought it a little too much as it gets taken away from him. And Lokmanu is right back on his counter attack.
Yeah, that was a big moment. I think Dugal, that lovely bit of skill with Mbappe to get the ball away and get on the counter attack. Think had maybe a little bit too much time over there and too many options presenting themselves. But now again into the box with Cruyff. He has options in the middle. He's got Neymar in there. He's got Messi in support. He's got Ronaldo at the back stick as well. What's he going to go for? He finds Cruyff in again. The super sub. Ball falls to Neymar Jr. but can't get the ball to Cruyff over there. It's absolute ping pong in that box over there. Still the ball remains with Kerala Blasters FC. A big moment now. Messi on the left foot. Neymar can't quite get the shot away. It still falls to Mbappe. Takes the shot. It's blocked. It's again with Messi. It's unrelenting pressure. And finally, Lokmanu himself having a bit of a laugh saying, what is going on? How am I not getting a shot off? He still keeps going. And 7 minutes, 87 minutes on the clock. This is it. For Lokmanu, he has to try and get that goal.
Oh, he's got to get that draw at the very least, and for that he needs to score one in. So much pressure being applied. Cruyff has to beat the defender, goes for the shot with Ronaldo Lokmanu. But no, that goes away with just 2 minutes of time remaining, still fighting for possession, and somewhere down the line now the girl knows that this game is his to win. And oh, there you go. He's just going to retain possession for as long as he can with the final 2 minutes remaining. I think this is it, right? This is it. If Lokmanu gives the ball away, then the game is pretty much over.
Yeah, this is the last attack, last chance for Lokmanu to try to get anything from this game. Has to call on all his reserves of composure, of patience, of skill. No. It's not there, and the ball is cleared out. And Dugal gets the win. He tried and he pushed and he huffed and he puffed, but he could not break that wall down. It was absolutely frantic for those last 5 minutes, but eventually Dugal can smile because he's got the win.
Yeah, and even look at Shubham. He is also shocked at how he dealt with that kind of a pressure towards the end game. And they're happy, getting a win against one of the best players in the country over here is such a huge feat. And Odisha FC have a reason to smile right now, even in those late phases of their league stages where qualification is somewhere out of the picture for them. They're still they're showing that they've got the mettle to go against the grades in the country, right? And that's such a good encounter. Had Lokmanu not conceded those early 2 goals in the first half, things could have been different for him. And he's definitely going to be kicking himself in the foot. And now he's going to have all his prayers, all his hope on the man just below him, Akshat 08, who's going up against the Viper, Shubham. And boy, oh boy, it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, and I think this is going to... I think Shubham will be licking his lips at the prospect over here because he has complained in the past that all the players just seem to hold that ball up and not allow him possession. But Akshat now is going to have to force the issue. He's going to have to come out and be forced to play attacking, aggressive football. And now that's going to be the challenge. Can Akshat continue to play the kind of football he needs to get that win and also deny Shubham the opportunities? Because we know Shubham has how solid he is. He managed to get a 0-0 draw the last time out against Lokmanu. In fact, the game between Dugal and Akshat the last time ended at 3-2, but in Akshat's favor last time. So maybe we're in for a role reversal. Maybe we could be seeing a 0-0 between these two guys. Let's hope not, for the sake of neutral observers and the overall entertainment. But it's going to be very, very nervy for Akshat for sure.
Oh, it is. But again, in Akshat, I personally believe, right, he's got that potential that he can surprise us, because even yesterday also the way he played, I mean, we were all elated. The kind of FIFA that Akshat is putting on board, I think that is impressive, right? You're going up against the big guns. You're going up against Adi Zima, and they're still coming out through. Shows the mettle of this player, and he's beat Adi Zima, who's apparently broken Shubham's streak. So if we connect the dots,
Yeah.
so we know where we are heading. But again, that's a Shubham who was under tremendous pressure. But this Shubham is completely different. But I have the voice in my head that says that we've got the girl waiting for us inside the studio with an exclusive interview with him. And the girl, boy oh boy, I mean, the way you started off and the way things ended, it really got heated up towards the end.
या इट वाज कांस्टेंट प्रेस तो बहुत डिफिकल्ट था एंड प्लस लोकी का प्रेस बहुत ही अच्छा है नो सो गॉट लकी बट यस
Yeah.
विल टेक इट
But how are you all approaching it now? क्योंकि अभी mathematically अगर देखें तो it's not looking. I mean, थोड़ा possible है, but it's not looking at all likely that you can make the top four. तो are you all coming into every game कि बस let's enjoy ourselves, let's express ourselves? क्या है game plan अभी?
या अभी तो बस यही गेम प्लान है कि इंजॉय सेल्फ एक्सपीरियंस है नया सो बस अभी हर गेम मस्ट विन ही है सो अगर इफ़ यू हैव टू मेक इट टू द टॉप फोर तो हम लोग को हर गेम अभी जीतना ही है लाइक एवरी गेम इज़ मस्ट विन और अभी बस
Yeah.
वही है कि इंजॉय करके खेलना है नो प्रेशर एट ऑल चिल है एंड बस वही
मतलब सभी अभी वही थॉट पे चल रहे हो कि जितने भी ऊपर हैं सब ड्रॉज हो जाए बस एंड यू गेट ऑल योर विंस आई मीन दैट इज अगेन अ पॉसिबिलिटी राइट अ ग्लिमर ऑफ होप बट यू नो दुग्गल आपके फ्यूचर प्लान्स के बारे में बताइए एक एंड फेज पे आ रहे हैं आईएसएल के बाद आर यू गोना कंटिन्यू विद कंपेटिटिव फीफा और आर यू थिंकिंग अबाउट समथिंग एल्स
Actually, I'm planning to stream actually after the
ओह
eISL, so
Nice.
I will stream regularly. उसके बाद देखते हैं कि क्या वहाँ से कहाँ जाता है. Yeah,
Bas there you go. I
that's
think
the plan.
that's
That's
why
the
the
plan.
name is Duggal TV.
Yeah. I used to
ऑलराइट
stream, but थोड़ा अभी रुक गया था. And I'm planning कि after the eISL, so I will stream regularly. So
ओह
बस वही है plan. Yeah.
I mean that's 100% great, and I think Azim can also have you over someday on his stream. And
Oh yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
जैसे सरांश ने इनका हश्र किया था वैसा ही कुछ आप भी दिखा पाओ अपना skills. But thank you so much, Dugal, for coming over, and all the best for your remainder of the matches, buddy.
Thank you so much.
All right, so a lot of players are getting into the streaming space, right? And well,
Yeah.
interestingly, I think since he's Tuggal TV, so I'm assuming that he's going to do that on Twitch, and really hope Twitch picks up the pace there. But we're going to have a completely that sort of a discussion later on because things are definitely getting spiced up, right? Now it's all down to this man. He knows he's shown his potential as being one of the most promising prospects in the eISL so far, had the longest unbeatable streak going on for him. But today, going up against Akshat, who has been having the run of his life.
Yeah, well, Akshat needs to put in the performance of his life right here. And I mean, we're going to say that for every match now that Kerala Blasters FC have until the point that they do lose a game. You can see the shake of the head from Lokman. He's still beating himself up about the fact that he could not quite get that win. Akshat, well, laughing and smiling for now. Let's see if he's still going to be smiling by the end of this. We would love it if Akshat can get that win and set us up for that grandstand game 3. That's all. That's always what we look forward to as casters, and I'm sure as an audience as well. And if you guys are watching the stream and enjoying it, so do remember to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, go over to Duggal's channel if it exists, search for it, and subscribe to that channel as well. Who knows? It might be the next biggest Indian FIFA channel to come out, and you could be one of the early subscribers, the early people on the bandwagon. But for now, the focus is all on Shubham going up against Akshat. Let's see who comes out on top.
Oh yeah, even I'm excited as to what's really gonna happen when the players of these two caliber just go up against each other, and of course we could see that difference in terms of their skill level. But mind you, Azim, I know Akshat always has shown that amount of confidence, right? The way he's been nurtured, and one of the another good reasons why we love promoting Lokmanyu's coaching classes, right? The transformation that he has had in Akshat, and Akshat showing that pure will to learn, and clearly visible in terms of his goals scored. Look at it, 14 games and 27. And Shubham, being more on that defensive side, has always been managing to get those draws. And then we haven't really seen him go all out. Maybe today is the day. Maybe today is the day he's just aching to bite Akshat and with his venom and just take him down. So anything is possible, but let's see what happens in this particular encounter.
Yeah, and Shubham has had a bit of time away from the studio as well. I think it's been a week or so, maybe more than a week, a couple of weeks since we saw Odisha FC playing last. So has been a bit more time for Shubham to get that practice going, get more of his head around the new meta and of course the new way the game works after the title update. But I mean, who knows? In 1 week or 2 weeks down the line, there might be a new title update that completely changes things entirely, and maybe chip shots don't work anymore, and suddenly Ankit Gupta and SC's Bengal will drop out of the top four. Anything is possible in the eISL, but for now, it is Shubham. I expect him to be playing with a lot more freedom. I expect that he'll be looking to score goals, really express himself, and advertise himself as one of the best players in the tournament. You look at his skill rating; it was just 8 points below Lokmanya, so that's really, really high. And yeah, clearly, if he's got his skill rating so high, he's clearly been working a lot and grinding a lot in the game, and we may be seeing the fruits of that labor coming up soon.
Oh yeah, I think we've never questioned Shubham's play style, right? It's just a situation that has been on the bars, right? Shubham always coming in most of the times, in those early phases of his games, we saw that he had a game deficit on his hands, right? And his approach, his methods towards playing his game completely changed. So now that it's all coming down the line, and he knows that he's got nothing to lose, but with every particular game, he's got everything to win, right? At least he's got to make sure that he's clean from his side. He's winning his final few games, and then he's got to hope that all the other teams are ending up with draws and losses to SC's Bengal. And then maybe there's this tiny little pin of hope that Odisha FC can contest for the top four. But one game at a time is how they like to play it around. So we've got to see. Finally, in just a couple of minutes, we're gonna have this game started, and I'm just raring to go. I want to see who gets the first goal, because whoever does that has such a huge advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. And we did see that with Dugal as well, managing to get that early lead had such a big advantage for him. Lokmanya was always chasing that game after being 2 goals down at halftime. It was never going to be easy. And Shubham has a point to prove as well. I'm sure he wants to prove to the world that he can adapt to everything the game throws at him, and he can really stake his claim as one of the best players in the country. And some old tips being shared right at the end. Let's see if Shubham is ready to go. The thumbs are up, and I'm sure the game is loaded and ready to go. A deep breath from Akshat, and yes, rubbing up the palms. Here we go.
Oh yes, here we go, and we are getting game on very soon. And clearly, look, Manuel just lost in his thoughts a little bit. He knows that one of his biggest issues has been with conceding goals on those counter attacks. Right? He goes on,
Yeah.
creates an opportunity, an opening, and then suddenly, not just with Dougal, but in various multiple situations, we've seen that happening along with him, and has been one of those problems, one of those issues that he's had to face. But I mean, it kind of breaks my heart to see him in this position right now. But yeah, it's all on Akshat right now. He's got to get a very good win, and then in the co-op, that is where they have to change it up. And we've seen, Lokmanu is sort of a similar play style with FC Goa, where he creates all the passes, and Akshat gets the job done. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are finally in with our second game of the evening. It's Odisha FC and Shubham from left to right in that black jersey. And on the contrary, on the response, we do have Akshat in his yellow from right to left.
Yeah, let's see what Akshat can do over here. Let's remind our viewers that only a win is good enough in this game for Kerala Blasters FC in order for them to get those 3 points. There is a pause queued already, so Akshat clearly not happy about something, maybe a setting change, or I'm not sure what. But let's see if Shubham is going to give him that pause. Seems unlikely. I think Shubham, you have to take whatever advantages you get in this game, and now getting in there with Ronaldo goes for
No
the finish
way!
shot straight away off the crossbar. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Oh.
Well, I don't think he has problems with the way the new mechanics work in the game anymore.
Oh my god. For a moment, Akshat was just stunned. What? You had this? Were you hiding this? And clearly, we can understand. He's been grinding all those scores up on the FUT there. and it's all paying off subtly. And now Akshat has to deal with this particular threat because it just keeps on getting worse from around here. And this sort of pushes me to ask you this question, Azim. Was going for this shot from the very start a good idea?
Yeah, I think it's now something that Akshat will expect. But even if you do expect it, if the players are in the right position, there's not much that you can do if the player gets that shot away and times it right. We saw Akash Ash getting a lot of success with those shots yesterday, I do believe. And I think we'll see Shubham trying a few more of those, making up for lost time. Of course, he wasn't scoring these goals a few weeks ago. Still was getting his head around it, and now Akshat gets in there, trying to get into his groove. Goes with Pele, finds the ball through to Bellingham, and a couple of ricochets, and it falls into the hands of Petr Cech. It's cleared wide, and well, Ronaldo is there to win that. And very attacking start from both teams, you have to say. Shubham looking pretty sharp on attack. He's really getting into to good attacking areas at the beginning of the game, getting into good positions to take those long shots as well. So it gives Akshat something to think about. He can't sit off him and invite him into the box, and well, he can't press too high because then it leaves gaps at the back. But now Akshat finds a great ball through to Pele, looking to slide Mbappe in on that right flank, but Shubham able to read that nice and early. No real problem for him, and he's going to take his time now because he's going to know that just the thought and the idea of drawing this match is going to annoy the Kerala Blasters FC players. They're going to be annoyed by not having the ball, and I think he's going to look at it as a taste, giving well, players a taste of their own medicine. They've denied him the ball for so much of this tournament, and he'll be looking to give it back, I'm quite sure. Yeah, taking his time with his build up, looking to fire that in now. Goes to Eusebio, and gets a bit fortunate with that deflection. It will stay in, but can't quite use the luck as he rolls the ball out for a goal kick.
Oh yeah, and right now at this particular moment, this match is start just getting started off. Both these players are going ham at each other, and Akshat, we've seen him. He doesn't try a lot of flashy things, but his passes have been so good, so sublime, right? So that has always been his go-to way of approaching things over here. With Kante, he gets it pass delivered towards Mbappe, passes it back towards Eusebio, and Mbappe, well, fighting for the ball, gives it away towards Pele, and this could be a good potential chance. He's got to look for that right turn and a shot, but Hullet to Hullet is what has happened over here as Shubham takes that really long
Ooh.
lob pass with Ronaldo. Will go in for that perfect cross if he wants to, but who's on the receiving side decides it's not really the right person. With Eusebio, can't go for that. And now he's taken the ball back, and this is such a good opening with a Marcel Rule wanting to go for a similar shot like Duggal did. Does not work out.
Yeah, you can see Shubham, he is enjoying himself. He's playing there with a smile on his face. He might not be smiling after this. Akshat gets in, but doesn't have a pass to make. Now he finds Hullet, has to take that shot, but pulled out of the corner by Petr Cech. And there, a quick crash course and finishing given by Lokmanu's coaching classes straight away over there. Finds Pele in the box, does well to play it back out to Kante, and now resets again. You can see the number of black shirts in there in defense. And if he can beat them one on one, which he can't over there, he can then get that shooting opportunity. But look at that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players pretty much defending for Shubham over there and just leaving those two up top and reaping the rewards of that solid and compact defense. So good chances created there by Akshat. He worked it really, really well to get that shooting opportunity. Of course, it was on the weaker foot for Hullet. So always was the likelihood that the keeper would manage to pull that save out. And well, Shubham now I think is being made to play the game at Akshat's pace, and he'll be looking to slow it down when he gets that ball and try to play the game on his terms. It's very, very tight, very nervy, particularly for Akshat over here. He'll be desperate to get that opening goal, and he might just get it. He has this brilliant footwork in the box over there. Now finds Gullit, now finds Eusebio again, but just can't quite penetrate. It's going to take one moment of brilliance, one moment of magic, but that moment, unfortunately for Akshat, is not now.
Oh, I've been loving Akshat's pacing, like you said, right? He's been controlling the tempo of the game, and he's making Shubham dance to his own rhythm. right over here. And Shubham has to stop doing that, right? He's got to build up his own pace of attack, and he's exactly doing that, looking for that cutback, which has been delivered perfectly, but the shot not really going the way he wanted to. And now Kerala Blasters FC, just before the halftime, the question still remains: can they get an early lead? Can they get an early score? Can they make it 1-0? Because Akshat, he's been playing amazing, but at the same time, against Shubham's defense, it's looking so difficult for him to score. And he's had that one little chance, but went for it also. Has not been making a lot of mistakes either. But still, Shubham being so resilient, is not letting his guards down even for a second.
Yeah, and there you go. He manages to well survive another onslaught. I wouldn't say survive. He's looked fairly comfortable in defense, but there we go. The coaching classes, Lokmanyu's coaching classes, trademark registered. Uh, it's all happening over there, and you can see that early shot and the expression from from Akshat there said it all. It's almost like he was looking back at the producers and saying, "Bhai, yeah, allowed hai ye sab?" Uh, it just looked completely shocked and had his big moment as well. Couldn't quite take it. Wasn't just in the corner enough. And well, I think Lokmanu maybe saying maybe could have gone near post over there. Maybe although I think he did the right thing. From a purely football standpoint, in terms of what you're taught in academies growing up, you always want to shoot across the keeper, and that's what he did. Unfortunately, not to be. But well, we have another 45 to try and see if Kerala Blasters FC will be able to get all 3 points today.
Yeah, I think that would be my primary cause of concern because Kerala Blasters FC, they just can't settle with a draw over here. Because if that really happens, then even if they win that co-op game, they just can get 1 point. So they have to somehow win this one and the next game as well to make sure that they get the three. But I don't think Shubham's gonna let that happen quite easily as he's building up his own attack. He's gonna look out for that cross, but directly into Van der Sar's hands as he has no issues in trying and defending that one. But the question still remains, what is Akshat going to change from around here? Now, Odisha FC at some point, they need to really start scoring because it has been all about them trying to defend and play on that counter attack. But this is a good sign. He's got to look for the right pass, goes in for the chip,
Oh,
and don't know if that was a wise idea.
yeah, I think he saw the manual keeper movement from Shubham and said maybe he's trying to get him to cover that near post, and that's why he went for the chip at the back post instead. But I think he was a little. The keeper was not far enough off his line to be able to chip him over there, and you can see Akshat annoyed with himself, made the wrong decision over there. But again, getting into the right positions. And every time Shubham comes forward now, his heart is going to be in his mouth. Now, Shubham has also brought Messi on, and we can maybe expect to see a couple of those long range shots. Brilliantly worked. Big opportunity for Shubham. Gets the cutback, gets the goal. Oh my goodness, I was about to say gets the goal because it looked certain. But at the near post, Van der Sar does the business. And now looking for that counter attack. If he can hold on to the ball, yes, he can. It's Akshat going to look to come forward. And with Ronaldo, he's got a few players up ahead of him, decides to go wide, get the fullbacks involved. Has Pele there available, but made that pass a little too late.
Yeah.
And the possession turns over to Odisha FC. And Shubham will be looking to get in behind here again. Finds Messi over there. Will he cut inside and go for the shot? Is he going to go for a cross? Well, looks like neither. Messi ends up on the floor. And it is Akshat coming forward again.
Yeah, it's so much back and forth FIFA, right? One of the distinctive features we can see from Shubham's side is those long passes that he's going for. But this is it for Akshat as he responds with a long shot on goal. But no, I don't think that's going to work out the way he wants. But now Odisha FC and Kerala Blasters FC is just putting everything on the line. I think we're gonna see those last 20 minutes get really exciting, get really heated up with CR7 trying to get in and gets the perfect cutback. He's got a score with Mbappe, takes that shot, but Van der Sar, oh, just clipping the ball away and now out for a corner. And it's the ball is still in play. Finally, Akshat gets some room to breathe. And this is how FIFA can be really, unforgiving to you. You just made one of those really awesome saves of your life. At the next moment, you have to get instantly into an attack.
Yeah, and it's very, very end to end. I mean, nil nil does not tell the whole story of this game at all. been very, very cagey. But I did say that if we're going by what happened in the last time these two teams met, it was 3-2 the first time and 0-0 in the second game. So could be a reversal of what we saw the last time. But except the key factor for Kerala Blasters FC, it was the fact that they got the 3-2 win in the first game, and Odisha FC now getting forward, getting Eusebio involved over here. I'm sure we're going to see a couple of substitutions made, or will we? It's a great ball played into Mbappe. Now to Ronaldo, gets
Oh,
that shot away, but it is blocked again. And you can see the mind games that are being used by Shubham as well. He's always moving that keeper around. He's bringing the keeper up, like tempting Akshat to go for that chip. Yes, gets that keeper a little bit forward and sends him back, tempts him to go for that chip shot. And now we see a pause cued by Kerala Blasters FC. And I expect for these last 10 or 15 minutes or however long he gets after the pause, it's going to be all out attack from Akshat.
yeah, I think Shubham has done a decent job of containing Akshat in the first half. In second half, we've seen him getting a little deadly, right? He's been going for the longer balls. He's been making the right passes. Just a little bit unlucky in terms of those finishing, right? Otherwise, he's been looking really good as well. But for Akshat, he's been making those right passes, but towards the end, the finishing has been sort of a little bit lackluster. Can clearly work
Ooh.
upon that. Now, that could be a good possible chance with Pele. Has to go for
Oh
this
no.
shot, gets it back onto its Pele. He's got to do something magical if he intends on scoring this time. But no, again the ball retained with Pele. Is he looking for a cross? Is he looking for a pass? Yes, finds Eusebio. But look at
Oh
Shubham's
no.
defense. 3-man stack over there. Oh, what's going on?
He just didn't have the confidence to take the shot from that angle, and I mean, you can't blame him. Sometimes it just does happen that the keepers tend to pull out those crazy, crazy saves. And I think what Shubham is going to be looking at doing over here is not allowing Akshat that pause. He does not want to allow Akshat to make those changes and get his fullbacks involved in the play. And it could be the massive sucker punch coming from Shubham over here. He's getting brilliantly worked over from Mbappe and is that the end of Kerala Blaster FC's chances? Because 5 minutes left to play and they need 2 goals. I don't see it happening.
Yeah, me too, me too. And against Shubham's amazing defense, the fortress that he sets up, I don't think it's possible anymore. And this is signature Shubham style, right? He gives you those chances where you feel like, yes, you are in control of the game. You might just win it against me. And then in the final few moments, he scores a goal. And there you can see, I think this is where they've been completely shattered. It feels like it was the final nail in the coffin for Kerala Blasters FC and their run in the eISL so far. And still look Manu, urging Akshat to keep his focus because we know, right? We have seen miracles happening, and nothing short of a miracle can save Kerala Blasters FC at this point. And there you can see few changes in the play style being made over here. We just have to see if Kerala Blasters FC can manage to clinch the win.
Yeah, well, he's got Ronaldo up top over there. He's got Neymar in midfield. So it's all attack over here. Let's see if he can make it count. Now with Joao Cancelo over there. Manages to turn away nicely. Gets the ball into Messi. But it's a good tackle and he'll be desperate to win that back. I don't think he's going to get the ball back from Shubham over here. And there you go. I think that's pretty much it. Shubham toying with him a little bit over here. 1 minute of stoppage time to go. He might just, if he wins this ball back, he does. This is it. I don't think he's going to have enough time. I don't think he has enough time. Messi gets forward. He does have time though. He needs to put that cross in immediately. And he decides not to. He still has the opportunity to cross. He does cross. It's in at the back post. Ronaldo wins the header, but Hakimi is there. And you can see the frustration. You can
Oh
see
yeah,
the frustration from Akshat over there. Thumbs up across the table. But oh my goodness, inside the Kerala Blasters FC boys, they're going to be fuming.
yeah, not just fuming, mostly sad, right? But for Odisha FC, well, this was a straight win for them, winning both their individual games. Now heading into the co-op, nothing much on the line, but maybe they would want to secure this one, this particular win as well. Just considering the fact that they still might have a glimmer of a chance after this final game being played. But yeah, there you go, ladies and gentlemen, taking a look at the scorecard. Shubham getting that 1-0 win over Akshat, and this pretty much might just be it, right? The final push on the cliff for Kerala Blasters FC, and I don't think there's no coming back after this.
Yeah, I think this game has sort of summed up Kerala Blasters FC's season, where they've always sort of flattered to deceive. You think they've just now got that run of form going, and then suddenly it all goes. Just falls apart in the game after that. It just looks like they've got their mojo back, and suddenly the next game, it's all so topsy turvy. And you have to feel for them. They've kept trying, not had a lot of luck in a lot of occasions, but I think. In both games over here, you'd probably say that Duggal and Shubham both deserve to get their wins. Shubham created a lot as well, and finally at the end, I think just the composure in the box over here with Mbappe running past how many 1, 2, 3 defenders over there and really making Akshat panic, getting that shot in, and then nothing he could do.
Oh yeah, and this is where things sort of like we've discussed, right, have gone astray for Kerala Blasters FC, and I do not know if they have the motivation enough to even play the third game, Azim, because at this point it kind of hurts as a player, because you've been there since November. You've been there grinding it out every single day and night, and when you know that no matter whatever the score is, there's still not going to be any positive outcomes for you. You kind of get broken down from within. But for you viewers and for all the fans of Odisha FC, there is a reason to smile. There's a reason to hope. But again, apart from that, we are offering something for you. You guys can check out Reflect, Terra Virtua's own personal robot, and you can get it customized in the jersey of your favorite club. And I've gotten myself this really cool Odisha FC jersey over here, and you can get that for yourself as well. All you've got to do is head on to www.terravirtua.io/ISL and sign up, and then you're getting this Reflect robot worth $19.99 absolutely for no price.
Yeah, well, and Fixus has got himself the Odisha FC Reflect. I'm thinking of getting myself that one as well. It is my favorite jersey. I think I'm going to decide by the end of the league stages. I will make my decision as to which one I'm going to get for myself. But the one thing that looks like it is decided at this current stage is the fact that Kerala Blasters FC, despite all their efforts, I don't think they're going to make it to the top 4 now. I think that might be a bridge too far for them. It is going to be bitterly disappointing, particularly for Lokmanu, given the fact that he came so close to getting that equalizer against Duggal. Just that last 5 minutes was absolute madness in that game, in game 1. But well, sometimes that's how it is, and you got to take your chances when they come to you. That's been the hallmark of all the best teams in the eISL so far. The likes of SC Bengal, the likes of Chennai and FC, Mumbai City FC, FC Goa. These are the guys who. When they've had the opportunity, they've grabbed it with both hands, and that's really been the downfall for Kerala Blasters FC. Not being able to do that.
Yeah, I think finally we do have a few other teams also joining, the likes of Hyderabad FC and ATK Mohan Bagan, and maybe possibly Odisha FC as well. And this is what we've been talking about, right? The next games that Kerala Blasters FC will have, they're just gonna go all out. Right? It's like, chuck it, I'm gonna play my own free FIFA that I like to play, and try and see what can happen, and maybe can pull off a few disappointments out from the top table. So again, the race for the top 4 has gotten so much more exciting. But for all you viewers out there, we still have that one match where Odisha FC, I think, like we said, right, that the race has become so intense that maybe your co-op games that you at one time were thinking that would not matter suddenly starts to matter. And I think Kerala Blasters FC, they've got to somewhere keep their woes aside and everything aside. Just got to go all in this particular game. But a little bit of a chatter before that.
Yeah, well, they're having a bit of a chat now. I think, the game is pretty much done and dusted. I think even Odisha FC are like, this game, even if we win, lose, doesn't do much for us. We've got our 3 points and got up to 16 points on the board. So they'll be looking onwards and upwards. Of course, Kerala Blasters FC would have, they would have hoped for at least 1 point, if nothing else. And you can see from the beginning, it's been Lokmanu just sort of shaking his head. It's been disappointing for him. And now he has to put all of that aside and just get his head back into the game, as difficult as it is. Akshat still managing to put on something of a smile while talking to the opponents, but Lokman, you can see he's really upset about how this entire tie has panned out.
Yeah, I think, and I can understand why, right? Rightfully, because yeah, one of his biggest issues has been with those conceding goals on the counter attack, and I think the second goal that Tuchel scored, right, especially with that Marseille Roulette just getting the pass through Hullet, and it really went through under his legs, right? So just between two of his legs, the ball passed, and then there's Marseille Roulette, and then the shot scored. So that is again a strong message that we could see being sent by Dugal, that he is not afraid. And Lokman, you right, entering into the tournaments have had similar problems with what we've seen with Saransh, right? Saransh, Jen being one of the best players potentially in the South Asian circuit also, but has been having his own troubles, right? Has been feeling a lot of pressure, but he's seen his games, right? He's seen his games. Uh, he's managed to win them, but not by those margins that he usually does. And I must say, Azim, I've seen that deadly form of Saransh where, he used to go on scoring like when we used to have two legs, and we ended
Yeah.
those two legs with like around 12-3 or 12-2 for his opponents, or maybe even more. I've seen him go as big as 15 and 16 goals. So you can imagine the kind of a player that he is. But of course, that was a different version of FIFA. But there you have it. The hat's on. Does it say anything? All right. So he's just blocked that advertisement over there. Not really what he would have wanted to do, but it's okay. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, he could have just won it backwards,
Yeah.
but maybe not quite the style that he's going for. But there we go, we have kicked off. And well, you were mentioning Saranch as well in comparison to Lokmanya. I'm sure Lokmanya would love to have the problems that Saranch has, which is that sitting nice and pretty in the top four and still not having found his top form. As Odisha FC give that ball away. And speaking of giving away, terravirtua.io/ISL is where you can pick up your own animated team mascot worth $19.99 being given away absolutely for free. So go check it out as soon as you can. And now we see Kerala Blasters FC. They'll want a little bit of revenge on the minds. I think they would love to get themselves a nice big win over here, try to go out and get a 3-0 or a 4-0 score line. Of course, Odisha FC will have something to say about that, I'm quite sure. But I think this can be a full no holds barred game. And there we see a great ball played in behind. Now with Mbappe, the tricks are out on display now. We can of course see this is almost an exhibition game in a sense, where you can just display your skills, nothing really to play for. And we're hoping that we get to see a few maybe interesting team selection choices, maybe a few interesting substitutes coming off the bench. Only I believe Mufu has indulged us by bringing on John Joe Shelby at some point.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll see something different. Maybe I should start making some requests. Let's see who we can get in. I would love to see Christian Eriksen. Wouldn't we all love to see Christian Eriksen back on a football pitch? And I'm sure he's going to be back playing football as well after all of his health issues
Right.
following Euro 2020. But of course, he is back now playing for Brentford FC, getting his fitness back up. But getting back up the pitch is Kerala Blasters FC. But again, as has been the story of those first two games, not able to make things happen efficiently in the box.
Yeah, and I think we should do this, right? During the interview, ask the team, if you winning the second game, please use this card, and if they fulfill our desire, then we'll be thankful to them, and that's at the very least. But again, getting back into this particular game, like you said, I completely agree. It's an exhibition matchup, and both these teams have been looking fairly sound, and could be a good potential build up for Odisha FC, and the defense has been so strong. It's Shubham also being one of those really witty players, and I think there was some issues with the formations or something, that they've had to go for such an early pause being queued, and finally getting the time to make those important changes. But you could clearly see, Lokmanu and Akshat having this conversation, not really happy with how the outcomes have been, and now it's all about them just giving their all in, and try and score this one out. And Shubham and well, Dugal have nothing to worry not have nothing to worry about really.
Yeah, well, maybe I think the discussion between Lokmanyo and Akshat was कि अभी किसको खिलाना होगा burger या pizza in order to get the results to go our way, and they were like कि नहीं FC Goa को देते हैं, and Lokmanyo was like no, I think we should give Chennai and FC, who knows, but a great turn over there. This is brilliantly worked. Oh,
Oh,
could have been an outstanding goal over there, but the keeper pulling it out. Very, very well played over there. And let's see now, will they go for the ball in? Yes, looked like it was going to drop as a free header for Ronaldo, but a little bit too deep. Rudiger there does a good job now with Ronaldo Nazario on that ball. Lovely little reverse pass to find Hullet, and he can't in turn reverse that back to Ronaldo, and the ball does fall back to Petr Cech, and it is of course Odisha FC who will take their time building the next move.
oh yeah, and you know it's again back to that point where Kerala Blasters FC have not really been loose with them taking those shots. It's been the issue with the shots not really passing through the goalkeeper, and from the looks of it, they're going with Lokmanyu's playing style. We do see Mendy over there. He's been one of his choice of keepers, and the ball possession again being stolen away from both the sides, making those little reckless mistakes and them being capitalized. But Hakimi is trying to press in from that right wing, gives it away towards Bellingham. We do have Hullet coming a little up top, passes on towards Pele. We've got to see if Kerala Blasters FC can make something out of this. This is a good chance. Had to find Ronaldo there, but could not. But still has his hands-on possession. And all right. I really, it's looking really cagey over here. Pele finally finding his opening. He has to take a shot, but is he going to go in for a pass? Looking for that perfect opportunity. Has got it, but Varane being alert and vigilant manages to dash it away. But no, the possession still on Kerala Blasters FC. They're applying that heavy extra bit of pressure. And at this certain point, just go for it. Go for that long finesse shot. And maybe surprise the players of Odisha FC a little bit, but decided to go against it. Now the ball has been taken away.
Yeah, I think that's been the big problem for Kerala Blasters FC in this game. They've just not either not taken the shot when it was on or not made the right pass in that box. It's really that the play in the penalty box which has cost them today. And they'll be very, very disappointed, of course, with the fact that they are walking away with this game with nothing, 0 points for them, and of course losing ground now on the leaders. They still do have a game in hand over Jamshedpur FC, so they still can get themselves up to about 21 points and be just 1 or 2 points off them. But of course, still very, very heavily reliant on other results going their way, even more so than before this game now. Because, that's a smashing ball, but didn't quite take that shot. And I think maybe he was a bit surprised that the ball came to him that early and couldn't quite cue that shot early enough. And there you go. It's was with Odisha FC again. But now as we approach that 41-minute mark, we see, I think Ronaldo's offside over there. No, he's managed to keep him onside, finds CR7, but can't do much with it. And again, a play inside the box, just not working. It's everything but the finish for Kerala Blasters FC.
Yeah, I think this has sort of kind of resonated in this particular game as well. Both the players, Lokmanu and Akshat, they created their own fair chances, but could not manage to beat the keeper out there. So that has been one of those issues that they've been facing. And yeah, in terms of co-op also, when you've got players like Sharknik, when you've got players like Varsi playing together, maybe even Afnan and V Sharma, there's this factor of trust over there. You know that pass is gonna come through. You are gonna take a shot. V Sharma gets really creative in times like that, and Afnan is just waiting for V Sharma that he's gonna feed him that ball and he's gonna go for that shot. So a little bit of those aspects missing here, but the first half has all been about Kerala Blasters being a little dominant over Odisha FC, and now we've got to see. Uh, these lads, if I particularly talk about Shubham, he's one of those players that loves to make a comeback towards the very end. So let's see what he can pull off as we're in the second half. And well, it's still yet to see a goal in this particular game.
Well, we might see it here if they play this right. Again, 5 defenders inside that box, and yep, that similar story. Not quite sure what to do once they get inside that box, and this time they do get a corner. I think they'll like to play that a bit short. Again with Pele over there. Very good turn to turn away, and the ball falls to Rudiger. Would have wanted that on his head rather than taken down to take a shot. And again, oh, that's a very untidily one, but one nonetheless by Marquinhos. And I have to say, very untidy in possession around that box area. There you go again, not able to keep it at all well. And Odisha FC, if they can be clinical, which they can't, they could hit Kerala Blasters FC on the counter attack. And again, the deflection falls kindly for Odisha FC. And yeah, this has been. I mean, it's one of those games where you can almost tell that there's not much riding on it. Both teams are not entirely focused on how their coordination and their co-op play is working. I think it's sort of going through the motions now and just wanting to get done with it and get back to their hotels as soon as they possibly can. And yeah, well, there's just 35 minutes of in-game time left. I'm sure Odisha FC will love to get that third win and whitewash the series. But for that, they're going to have to need to get in the opposition box, which I don't think they've done so far in this match.
Yeah, I think Odisha FC most of the times they've been on the defensive side, right? They haven't really created a lot of chances, but yeah, I think this is a moment where they should need to understand that every particular game is so valuable for them. They have to make that win coming in. But right now, this could have been a potential good chance, and this is the attack is still on, right? As long as he's got the possession, with Eusebio has got to find the right pass and gets with Mbappe, goes in for that Maserule. Felt like we did see a glimpse of Tuchel over there in the play, and he'd done that in the past. That had worked out, but this is the golden chance. But an offside. All right.
Yeah, and I don't think the chip was the brightest idea in the world either. So was offside. It seemed quite obvious that it would have been offside. So I'm quite sure. I was very surprised that the pass was played there to begin with. And they're looking to get in behind because it's quite a high line that Odisha FC are holding. So getting those long balls in behind is the right way to approach it, but not quite being able to execute it the way that they would like to now. And now Odisha FC getting into a decent position here, but again, both defenses have been largely on top over here. Now CR7 and R9 getting forward. R9 does get the ball, needs to square that to Pele, and decides not to do that. Goes to Ronaldo instead, and then the chance is gone. Again, the pass delayed and the wrong pass picked, and that's again been the story for Kerala Blasters FC, not making those right decisions in the box.
Yeah, and it's hurting them so much up until the point that they haven't really scored a single goal, but can instantly concede one. That has been a primary issue, but a little too long on trying to take that shot, and finally they managed to breathe for a few more seconds. And this is exactly really concerning about Kerala Blasters FC. Just the moment you think that they're starting to get really dominant, they might score one in. Instead, they concede one. So again, back out their attack from the right wing with Mbappe. They're looking for that perfect pass, or maybe the cross is trying to beat Cancelo over there. And if he can, so we haven't really seen a lot of trick moves being used by the players of Kerala Blasters FC, right? Something that they could have definitely done in terms of trying to win in these sort of 1v1 situations. But I don't know. Uh, clearly, I think even Lok Manu understands they could have done so much more better than that. But now Odisha FC finally in the second half, picking a little bit of pace up, showing intents of being a little threatening on the attacking side. Got to see if they can manage to get at least one goal.
Yeah, well, let's hope. I think the game does need a goal to sort of spark it into life, even though we're almost at 77 minutes right now. But if either team can grab a goal, it would then set us up for another frantic last few minutes, because I'm sure, if nothing else, they just want the pride of not losing this third game, particularly Kerala Blasters FC. Now, with good numbers inside that box, goes for the cutback, but again, finds the defender. So it's just not happening at all for Kerala Blasters FC, even in an attack where they had 4 players in the box, just not making the right decision. And now we saw Shubham absolutely destroy the team with Mbappe over there. Ronaldo wins that header, will still just about fall to him. And oh, lovely turn, absolutely nutmegged over there. But sadly, Ronaldo cannot be in 2 places at once, because he would have been the one wanting to win the header from the cross that he himself put in. And now, is there a cross? There is a cross. It falls to Mbappe, and very casual goalkeeping. You have to say, but better check to see that.
Yeah, I thought really, that kind of a pass coming in, it should have been a goal, right? But it is almost 85 minutes gone past by, and we're heading to the full time, and nothing really breaking the ice between these two clubs over here. So clearly, the fans have been yearning for a goal, at least from Kerala Blasters FC's side, and has been a roller coaster of a journey for them, right? One day they come in, win their games, the next day completely taking a very humiliating loss. So that is one of those things that they would be pondering upon. Consistency had been one of those important aspects that they needed to really pick up, but they just could not.
Yeah, and I just maybe from the little lip reading that I saw from Akshat over there, I think he was telling Lokmanya to just say that let's just put everyone forward and see what happens. So I guess we might be seeing just no defense from Kerala Blasters FC for these last 5 minutes. And there you can see the swarm of bodies coming forward, everybody coming forward, but then doing nothing with it. And now they're hopelessly exposed on this counter attack with Neymar, and I'm sure that's going to be a goal. There you go. It's Carlos Alberto who comes on. Oh no, it's Fernando Torres. Wow, there we go. One of the old classics.
All right.
It's Fernando Torres in there with the goal. One of my personal favorite strikers of the Premier League era. And there you go. It's a new player for us. Our prayers have been answered. And there you go. Torres, one of the best finishers in the game in his prime.
Yep.
Gets that goal. And, well, it is a whitewash now for Odisha FC as it stands, unless Kerala Blasters can manage to somehow sneak one goal back in stoppage time here.
I'm really quite astonished. You really loving Fernando Torres being a Manchester United fan, but yeah, it's okay considering the rivalry. There are certain players, right? You just can't, say that you don't like them. Torres is one of those players of that class, but Odisha FC, I think they're looking for one more, and a penalty at this point would be absolutely blasphemous.
Yeah, no penalty there. It looks like the game is up. And the job is done for Odisha FC. I think you could see over there he was trying to go for that finesse shot into the top corner with Torres as well. But good day for Odisha FC. Good to see the smile back on their faces. I'm sure we'll get to speak to Shubham in a while. There you go. I think he's just been informed that he has to do an interview. And well, let's see. I don't think there's going to be any controversial statements from Shubham today.
I like
let's
it.
See.
Hey, we like it, right?
We enjoy it. We enjoy it. And yeah, some post-mortem of the match happening over there. But well, there you go. It was a very, very cagey affair. It eventually took Kerala Blasters FC throwing all their bodies forward to finally get Odisha FC that chance to score. And there we have it. It's a clean sweep. 3 games out of 3 won by Odisha FC, and well, good to see that the Kerala Blasters FC boys can have a few loves.
If Varane is gonna save with his backs shown towards their opponents, then of course that smile is gonna come out. But yeah, I think finally we are happy about one of those facts that we did get to see Fernando Torres in action, and look at that shot on goal over there. Wow, that blistering pace on towards the top left corner. And I think we could have asked this question: whose idea was it basically to use him? But yeah, it was very close affair, we must say. There were chances being created by both these teams in terms of possession. Kerala Blasters FC just had the slight little bit of advantage, but not a lot of that kind of a game where you would completely lose your minds, right? It was more about the passing game being strong. It was more about the clearances that they made. They certainly could have done better in terms of how they went in for the finish, especially Kerala Blasters FC. But again, a really good day for Odisha FC as they've managed to win both their individual matches. As you can see, Duggal winning it against the Danger Man Lokmanya, and the Viper of eISL that I love to call Shubham has managed to edge it out against Akshat. This is the reason why he makes you think that you have got a chance against him. He gives you that little glimmer of hope, and towards the very end he scores one in, and then you're just left baffled as like, ab kya karu?
Yeah, and I mean he is that kind of player. Like he strikes when you least expect it. And let's see who is he going to be the hero of the match? I have a suspicion that it's going to be an Odisha FC player, and it may just be. There you go. It is Dugal TV. There you go. Get subscribed. He's the official hero of the match. So go over to his channel if it exists, and get yourselves prepared for all the barrage of content that you're going to be seeing after the eISL. But a good day for him. 3 goals scored, and he'll be feeling pretty pleased with himself.
Yeah, I think he definitely will, because going up against Lokmanu, taking one of those big guns down, and this is content, right, for his own channel, if he can upload that, if he does have the permission, however. But yeah, look at the class, sheer quality of the goals over there, and this little Enka to just end it all. And Lokmanu might just be kicking himself in his foot, like, why on earth did I go for that sort of a tackle in that sort of situation? But which sort of leads us to what exactly is going to be the Terra Virtua super moment of this particular game. So let's head in and find which goal is it going to be. All right, the opening, in fact, the only goal that Shubham really scored over here, ensuring that they won the match without any trouble. And you've got to keep admiring, looking at that black and purple V-flip.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And well, you can admire the skill on display over there as well. I think Dougal really enjoyed that, and well, getting the 3 points after quite a long time for Odisha FC. And let's see what impact this does have now on the leaderboard. I think Odisha FC will manage to leapfrog Hyderabad FC and get themselves up. It does. Oh, interesting. They're still there, but they do have a game in hand. So technically, they could be sitting up higher than Kerala Blasters FC, and well, you never know. They might still have a shot at getting into maybe not the top 4, but maybe into that 6th or 7th place by the end of the season.
This is what it all came down, right? For Kerala Blasters FC, had they won this encounter, they would have been sitting at 21 points, really closing in the gap, the difference. But yeah, it is what it is. But we have another really interesting set of match. I think today has been more about those lower tier teams over there, the bottom ones going up against each other. But before that, for all you viewers out there, do not forget to check out the V-Flex robot that I was really talking about. And like we've already said, Azim, I've already got myself that Odisha FC V-Flex robot, and it does have those moves over there. All you've got to do is head over to www.terravirtua.io/ISL, and you've got to sign up, and then you're getting this V-Flex robot. You can choose it, you can personalize it, and it's worth $19.99, but for you guys it's absolutely free.
Yeah, and I need to get mine before the league stage ends, and I'm going to make that my promise that I will get it done before the league stages. I managed to get over.
I mean, you're being the smarter one, right? Might as well go and get yourself the SC's Bengal one, because they're already on the verge of winning. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are finally down with our first fixture of our evening. Before we head out, a huge shout out to our sponsors, as the eISL is powered by Coca-Cola. A huge shout out to our associate sponsors, Hero, our esports partners, Notwin Gaming, our platform partners, PlayStation, and our digital collectibles partners, Terra Virtua, for making this event happen. That being said, we are done with this one, but we still have one more really amazing fixture gonna happen, but after this short little break.